The very things you repeat each morning, like checking your phone or hitting snooze, might be silently killing your dreams. 90% of Americans are unknowingly destroying their own motivation every single day. Just imagine, you wake up feeling energized, but after a cup of coffee and 10 minutes on TikTok, you already feel drained and uninspired. In today's video, Wisdom Daily will uncover 5 seemingly harmless daily habits that are actually sabotaging your motivation bit by bit. And more importantly, we'll explore the mindset of Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, people who lived with simplicity but possessed iron will to help you regain your drive and take back control of your life. If you've ever asked yourself, why am I always lacking motivation even when I try so hard? Then this video is exactly what you need. Let's dive into the first habit. 1. Waking up late, hitting snooze, the silent enemy of motivation. Have you ever felt like the entire day slipped away from you just because you hit the snooze button one more time? Waking up late might seem innocent, but it's often the start of a sluggish, scattered day. A lazy morning leads to a disorganized mind, and over time, that quietly chips away at your motivation. Take Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, one of the most influential figures in the tech world. He starts his day at 4:30 a.m. not because he's naturally a morning person, but because he knows the early hours are prime time to set his mindset before the world comes rushing in. Meanwhile, most of us start our days reacting, chasing the clock, and battling guilt for snoozing too many times. But instead of beating yourself up, try looking at this habit through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism doesn't demand perfection, it encourages us to live with awareness and intentionality. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." To the Stoics, waking up on time isn't about discipline alone, it's about inner strength. It's a declaration that you choose how to begin your day. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you meet the morning. Try setting your alarm just 15 minutes earlier. Use that time to sit quietly, reflect, breathe, or plan your day. And ask yourself, can I take charge of my entire day if I start by taking charge of just the first 5 minutes? Because mastering your morning isn't just about the time you get out of bed, it's about what you choose to do next. And for many people, the first action of the day is grabbing the phone. Let's talk about why scrolling social media right after waking up might be one of the most dangerous habits, quietly destroying your motivation. 2. Morning social media, the invisible trap that steals your drive. You open your eyes, reach for your phone, tap into Instagram or TikTok only to realize you've been scrolling for 20 minutes before even brushing your teeth. Sound familiar? Checking social media first thing in the morning may feel like harmless me time, but it's actually a psychological ambush that knocks down your mental focus before your day even begins. In the US, studies show that people who check their phones immediately upon waking report lower life satisfaction, higher levels of distraction, and more frequent feelings of inadequacy. It's no surprise your brain is in its most impressionable state when you wake up, and if the first thing you absorb is curated images of success and beauty, you're starting your day feeling not enough. The Stoics understood this risk thousands of years ago. They recognized the immense power and danger of what we allow into our minds at the beginning of each day. As Epictetus put it, you become what you give your attention to. For the Stoics, protecting your mental energy each morning is an act of self-respect. It's how you remain sovereign over your emotions, rather than being ruled by the noise of the world. So here's a simple challenge. Don't touch your phone for the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Instead, sit with yourself, write in a journal, look out the window and breathe deeply. These small acts ground your attention within, helping you build motivation from the inside out rather than letting external chaos set your tone. What if tomorrow morning your first interaction was with your own thoughts, not the internet? Are you willing to give yourself the first 30 minutes of your day instead of the digital world? When you take charge of your morning, you begin to reclaim the rest of your day. But to maintain that drive throughout, there's something else you'll need: a clear plan. Let's explore why not having a daily plan can slowly kill your motivation and how the Stoics approach this with timeless wisdom. 3. No plan, no drive. The habit that traps you in procrastination. Have you ever started your day without a clear idea of what you were going to do, only to find yourself hours later lost in a whirlwind of errands, notifications, and the nagging feeling that nothing truly got done? Lack of a clear plan is one of the silent reasons your motivation drifts off course and eventually disappears. It's no coincidence that Benjamin Franklin, one of the most iconic figures in American history, began each day with a single question: what good shall I do this day? He didn't wait for inspiration to act. He set clear intentions, and that's what allowed him to live with purpose, instead of letting his motivation depend on fleeting emotions. That's also the essence of Stoicism. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, once wrote, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." In other words, if you don't know where you're going, no effort, no matter how great, can lead you there. Stoics do not act on whim. They move with intention. They plan, not because they crave control, but because they understand the value of every moment. So instead of letting life drag you through each day, why not take just 5 minutes every morning to identify the 3 most important things you want to accomplish? Write them down. Refer back to them whenever you feel distracted. Let them become your compass in the chaos of the modern world. 8. Take a moment now. Can you list 3 things that truly matter today? Before we move on to the next 2 habits that could be quietly destroying your motivation, we want to remind you of something important. Even if you take away just one helpful idea from this video that nudges you closer to success, that means everything to us. Here at Wisdom Daily, we're always wishing you continued growth and peace of mind in every situation. If you've found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little extra encouragement today. Now, even with a solid plan in place, there's one thing that can still sabotage your progress: procrastination. And that's exactly what we're going to confront in this next section. 4. Procrastinating important tasks. The inner enemy of motivation. You know what needs to be done. Sending that email, starting that project, or even just cleaning your workspace. But then you tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow." And that tomorrow becomes a never-ending cycle. Procrastination doesn't just slow you down, it quietly steals your motivation and, worse, erodes your self-trust. We often think procrastination is a time issue, but more often it's an emotional struggle. The more you delay, the more guilt you feel. And over time, your confidence weakens not just in your tasks, but in yourself. Now, look at Stephen King, one of the most prolific writers of all time. His secret isn't just talent, it's consistency. Every morning, King sits down to write. Whether he feels like it or not, whether it's good or not. He acts first and lets emotion follow. That's the spirit of Marcus Aurelius, who once wrote in Meditations, "Do not act as if you had 1,000 years to live. The moment is now." For the Stoics, the antidote to procrastination isn't waiting for the perfect moment, it's acting as soon as you can. Action is the only force powerful enough to break the cycle of delay. Stoics don't wait to feel ready, they begin, and from there, motivation is built. So how about you? What important thing have you been putting off that just for today you can finally start? Motivation doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from movement. And sometimes, all it takes is one small step to break through the mental wall holding you back. Next, we're going to face another critical factor that's often overlooked, but deeply impacts your energy and motivation, your lifestyle, and physical health. Let's find out why poor eating habits and lack of exercise might be slowly pulling you further away from your best self. 5. Sluggish body, exhausted mind. How an unhealthy lifestyle destroys your drive. You cannot expect a clear, focused mind when your body is constantly tired, sluggish, and running on empty. And yet, many people fall into a loop of poor eating habits, lack of movement, and then blame themselves for not feeling motivated. The truth is, you are not lacking motivation. Your body is running out of the fuel it needs to generate it. Look at Dwayne, "The Rock" Johnson. No one can deny the energy and charisma he brings every single day, but behind that presence is a foundation of strict discipline in both diet and exercise. He doesn't wait for motivation to hit before going to the gym. It is discipline that fuels his clarity and drive. The Stoic philosophers understood this long ago. To them, taking care of the body wasn't vanity, it was a duty. In Stoic thought, the body and the mind are inseparable. As Epictetus once said, "The body is the servant of the mind, and if your servant is weak, your mind can't act at full strength." The Stoics didn't chase after perfect physiques. They aimed for a body strong enough to carry out a meaningful life. When you eat well and move regularly, you're not just extending your lifespan, you're expanding your capacity to focus, to feel, and to take control of your life. So, where can you start? Can you commit to just one small change today, like walking for 10 minutes, drinking more water, or cutting one food that drains your energy? Sometimes, small physical shifts create powerful mental transformations. And those are the 5 seemingly harmless habits that may be quietly sabotaging your motivation each day. When viewed through the lens of Stoicism, it becomes clear. Every action, no matter how small, whether it's waking up on time, putting your phone down, or eating a proper meal, is a statement of self-mastery. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So are you ready to reclaim your motivation? At Wisdom Daily, we're here to walk beside you as you pursue a life of clarity, discipline, and inner power. We've just walked through 5 habits that, while easy to overlook, can steadily sabotage your motivation. Waking up late, scrolling social media in bed, having no clear plan, putting off important tasks, and neglecting your body's needs. But with each problem, Stoic philosophy offers a path not with empty promises, but with grounded, timeless principles. And the best part? You don't have to overhaul everything at once. One small, consistent change each day, like getting up 15 minutes earlier, writing down your top 3 tasks, or going for a short walk, can set off a chain reaction of lasting growth. So hold on to this thought from Marcus Aurelius. You have the power to change your thoughts and habits at any moment, so why not begin today? How do you feel about these habits? Is there something in your life you're working to change? Share your experience in the comments. It might just inspire someone else who's on a similar journey. And if this video brought you value, please like, subscribe, and share to help spread the Stoic mindset, and together, let's build lives of direction, discipline, and sustainable motivation. The journey to self-mastery begins with one small step. Let that step be today.